More details we're picking up on the same. Yes, this is Russian equipment that is being moved into the Bakhmut area of Chernihiv region. Now, Chernihiv, remember, is another region that has been witnessing heavy fire the last few days. But yes, another example of how Russian forces are pounding Ukrainian cities with artillery and cruise missiles. They're moving in their equipments into several such cities. Their troops have entered Ukraine's second largest city of Kharkiv as well. We've been getting you many such visuals that really help us understand the situation on ground. Certainly tense at the moment. The Kremlin says a Russian delegation has arrived in the Belarusian city of Homel for talks. That particular proposal has been rejected by Ukraine. So for the moment, talks don't seem to surface anywhere, and these are the visuals that we are picking up from several parts of Ukraine. This one coming in from Chernihiv and shows how Russian weapon is being moved into this particular region. Now, as for the Ukrainian response is concerned, now they are receiving military aid, financial aid from the West, from several other European nations, from NATO, and the European Union also constantly coming out and speaking in support of Ukraine. But on ground, none of those foreign troops are present to take on the Russian forces along with the Ukrainian troops. So they are in this battle on their own, but civilians also joining hands with those from the military in taking on the enemy Russia, the mighty Russian troops at this point in time. Ukraine maintains Russia's invasion is being slowed and frustrated by unexpected stiff resistance from Ukrainian troops, and they've been able to, in fact, for example, keep the Russian troops outside Kiev. That's what Ukraine has been maintaining. They've been rejecting all of those claims that have been made by Russia time and again of certain big cities falling to Russia. Germany and Western allies have also agreed to cut Russia out of the SWIFT global payment system. Parallelly, a lot of those global responses also coming in forms of sanctions and other strict actions being taken by the West and other European partners. Ukraine President Zelensky time and again putting out big statements, strong statements, saying that he's standing with each and every citizen of Ukraine, will fight tooth and nail till the very end of this particular emerging situation in Ukraine, and how Russian troops are now closing in on several big cities. Russia, in fact, Ukraine, I beg your pardon, has also claimed that around 3,500 plus Russian soldiers have already been killed or injured. So they are trying to project a strong Ukraine, and that they are retaliating effectively and giving a strong response to the Russian aggression, as opposed to what Russia says, that they are in the middle of several big cities across Ukraine, and Kiev will also fall soon enough. So certainly, to an extent, we're also looking at all sides engaged in information war and different kind of claims being made, but we're solely going by the kind of visuals we're picking up from ground zero. This one coming in from Chernihiv. If Priyanka is also joining us live, I'd like to go across to her. Russian tanks and weapons moved into Chernihiv. Priyanka, at the same time, we're also talking about the kind of Ukrainian retaliation that is coming in as well.
Well, not just on the ground, this Ukrainian retaliation, but the statements that are also coming in from Ukraine claiming that Russia should be stripped of their power in the United Nations Security Council. But let's right now speak to the visuals as we're getting them between. We're showing you these visuals, in fact, to where there is a Russian troops movement. Very, very clear in the central parts of Ukraine, now going towards not just the outskirts, but in these residential areas, in the central parts of the city as well, where the Russian troops are making their way. Just a few minutes back, we had been showing our viewers the visuals of how the Russian troops, the Russian convoy had been attacked by Ukrainian drones as well. But now we see the Russian troops making their way in the central parts of Ukraine. And, there is drone attacks, air warfare that is also underway from the Ukrainian side. We had seen how there was another helicopter that had also been attacked. And now we see the another convoy, in fact, that is moving inside of Ukraine right now as we speak. And of course, Ukrainian troops also retaliating with the same force. We had seen how from ground to air warfare had also been very, very evident in several of the videos that we had been able to access here for our viewers here at Republic TV. And they had in fact shown how the Ukrainian soldiers on the ground had been retaliating, and not just the soldiers anymore, Kritsween. We see a large number of civilians, a large number of people, Ukrainians in fact, standing standing up to the Russian troops, standing up to the Russian tanks, standing in front of the tanks, knowing that they will not be able to stop them, but still confronting the Russian soldiers as well. And that, let's not forget that the Ukrainian civilians have also been asked to fight along with the Ukrainian troops against the Russian troops. And now we see the latest visuals coming in from Ukraine, where the Russian troops not de-escalating the entire situation. In fact, the movement is getting even more rapid, and that is the visual, the latest one that we have gotten from Ukraine, and the movement still continues. However, a stiff resistance, very, very evident that the Russian troops are being met with on the ground in Ukraine, Christy.
Oh yes, Ukrainian troops really leaving no stone unturned and fighting back the Russian aggression. Thank you, Priyanka, for joining us with more on the latest visuals we're picking up.